Good evening, good evening. Let me start getting all of you in here. And then we'll make a quick announcement. Maxwell. Cool. How's everybody doing tonight? All right.
Excited and ready to go.
All right, good.
Great to be here.
Good. Thank you for being here. Great time for me to start losing my voice. We'll see if we can get through the next 2 hours. So good evening, everyone, and welcome. For those of you that are in here, if you could do me a favor, that'll save us some time. If you can go into your name by hitting the 3 red dots up top and renaming, and put your name and or your company, or if you're a mentor, or if you're a judge, that would be very helpful. We'd appreciate that. And then Dan, are you able to start making all of these folks co-hosts? I'll do some if you can do some as well.
Yeah, let me see.
While we're doing that, does anybody have any questions, last minute questions or anything? No, you guys are all ready. Silence is the code that everything's good. All right, co-host. Let's see.
Oh, you know, I'm not sure that I have that ability yet, John.
Oh, you're right, because I have to make you a co-host first. You're right. More. Let's see. Make co-host. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna let people in that need to be in here. David. Good evening. Michael, are you ready? Here comes David. Let's see what he's got. Get us started.
We know his mouth has already started.
I haven't even said anything.
You don't have to. Your reputation precedes you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hi, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening. David, if you could, and those that just came in, if you could put your name, rename yourself, and if you're a judge or a mentor, or if you're one of the, your business name, if you're one of the presenters, that would be great. All right, I think we're getting most here. Are you able to access, Dan?
Not. Let me just check again here.
To do co-host? You should be able to, because I made you a co-host, and I think you can add co-hosts. Let's see, Brian shouldn't have to present, Kathleen, Jacob, co-host.
John, it looks like you're gonna wind up needing to do that.
Oh, you're not able to,
You can't.
are you able, because you should be able to do the breakout rooms. I created the breakout rooms, but I think you can move folks back and forth as the co-host from the breakout rooms. But are you not able to make them co-hosts?
I don't see that option on my when I select them.
Oh, when you go to the participants and you go to more, it doesn't give you that
Yeah.
option. All right, let's see if I can get everybody in here then. Are you able to go into the breakout rooms?
I can join the.
All right, we'll get all these technical things ready to go here. Let's see, co-host. All right, let's see. Looks like we have some family members in the waiting room, some faculty, some investors that they're holding up dollar bills. I'm not sure what that means, but can you assign, Dan, as well? When you go to the breakout room, when you open breakout rooms, if you do a sign, are you able to assign? I'm hoping. All right, let's see if everybody's here. Is Rizwan here? Rizwan, oh, waiting on Rizwan. Jacob's here, Anna's here, James, you're here, yes. And Shuba's here, Max is here, Amisha. Is Amisha here?
Hi,
Oh,
I'm here.
there you are. Great. And Farishta, there you are, good evening. And Joshua, oh, we don't have Joshua. And, oh my gosh, I did not write down both names. David, Joshua, and
Essa.
thank you. All right. Let's see if they're coming in here. There's Justin, there's Tracy. All right, I am not seeing them, so hopefully they will be here shortly. And you guys have all talked to them, so you know that. So we're only, Miss Tiana, have you talked to Rizwan?
Yes, he should be logging in.
Okay. Just checking the. Okay, so same format that we had last time. So I'm going to start letting people in very quickly here because I want to play the video so people can see the sponsors, the names, and all of those things. So I'm going to start rolling everybody in now. Dan, I have the breakout room set up. We're doing co-hosts, recording the meeting. And then Dan, you kind of have the program there so we know when we'll be spotlighting and how that's all going to flow. So all of you participants will stick around until we get ready to start pitching, and we'll put you in the breakout rooms like we did before, okay? And then you'll come out one at a time and we'll let the fun begin. So, all right, let's see, Alice. Okay, Max, oh, there's Rizwan, admit. Dan, are you good with the breakout rooms? Are you able to sign them back and forth? You're muted. I couldn't hear you, Dan, you're muted. Nope, still muted.
Sorry about that. Yes, I can move them in and out.
Okay, all right, excellent. All right, let me start bringing everybody in, and I'm going to start kind of playing the video. Dan, I can't click on my other screen because then it stops the video. So I've got Rizwan in. We just need to look for Joshua and Isa. Well, I'm going to let them all in anyways. So let me bring them all in, and I just need to change them to co-hosts. Let's do participants, admit all, and let me get this playing here. So bear with me. Share screen. All right. Right. Oh, how do we admit all participants? Dan, are you able to admit some as well?
Yeah, I can.
All right, can you get them all coming in, and I'm going to start playing the presentation here. All right, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome to our final round of the pitch competition. So very exciting. We've got a great group here, probably expecting quite a few more rolling in, but we have all sorts of guests with us, from our presenters to administrators and faculty and family and friends. So again, welcome to tonight's pitch competition. My name is John Russo. I am the faculty lead for the entrepreneurship department here at IVC, and very excited for us to do our virtual pitch competition this year. So what I wanted to do is just take a few minutes to show you what the program is going to look like. And then we have some presenters and speakers that will be kind of kicking things off. And then I want to go through and introduce some of our sponsors that are with us, and have some words from our mentors and so forth as well. So let me get my screen share up here. All righty. Okay, so for tonight, this is basically what the event will look like. So like I said, we're going to have some opening comments to start off the evening and get us rolling. Then I want to go through a little bit of an overview of the competition. So for those of you that are not familiar with pitch competitions and entrepreneurial pitches, kind of what it entails, what the criteria is. And then I'll tell you kind of how the mentorship worked with this competition from the first round. And we'll hear from our mentors there. And then we'll go in and we will start our presentations. probably last a little over an hour. Want to take a 5-minute break in between. And then we're going to be awarding the winners. And this week, we're also having an Audience Choice Award. So I will be putting together I've got a Google form for you that I will be putting into the chat so you guys can vote on who you think is the audience was the best presenter. So, the one thing that we don't get to do when we kind of come together in person is obviously being able to network and shake hands and say hello. And so trying to create that networking environment. So what I've done, and I will post in the chat here in just a minute, is I have put together basically a list of all of our mentors, our judges, our sponsors, and I put their LinkedIn profiles there. And so I will put it into the chat. So if any of you want to reach out to any of them and connect, I highly recommend that you do so. This is a great opportunity, especially for our students, to start connecting and meeting potential employers and engaging with those that are out there in the community. So I'll post that in the chat here in just a minute. So, but we're going to kick it off with our first opening comments, who is the president of Irvine Valley College. And I want to welcome Dr. John Hernandez, who's going to share a few comments and welcome you to the pitch competition. So John, if you'd like to take it away.
Thank you, Professor Russo. I appreciate the invitation to join you all this evening. I was able to participate virtually last year, and it really is a pleasure for me to be with you. I think this is an incredible opportunity, not just for IVC students, but also for the high school students who are in our dual enrollment program. And I certainly believe that this event provides just an incredible avenue for our students to be able to creatively present ideas and services that could benefit our community. So I first and foremost want to congratulate all of the participants. And I understand that you are from a variety of disciplines, which frankly shows the value of an entrepreneurial mindset, regardless of your area of study. And I know that perhaps for many of you, participating in an event or a program of this type might have been something completely new and maybe a new challenge, or perhaps it really took you out of your comfort zone. But I just want to commend you for your efforts and the time that clearly you have committed to participate in this competition. I also want to extend on behalf of the college a sincere thank you to all of our industry partners and sponsors who really make events like this possible. And just know that we truly value the relationships that we have with each of you. Clearly, you've already seen the slide with the mentors, but I just also want to give you all a shout out, David Ochi, Tiana Isaacs, and Michael Sweets, for the time that you all have spent with our students in developing their ideas, their presentation skills, and really helping them make the linkages that are necessary to really prepare them for this event this evening. Thank you to all of the industry judges. Your feedback obviously is extremely valuable to the growth and development of our students and their creative ideas. And last but not least, I want to give a very special thank you to Associate Professor of Entrepreneurship and Management, Professor John Russo. Thank you for the planning, the organization, and for hosting this incredible event. And once again, congratulations to each of our participants. Looking forward to hearing your wonderful pitch ideas.
All right, thank you. That's the rousing round of applause. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Hernandez. Really appreciate you being here and sharing some words with our participants and getting them ramped up on what they're going to share with all of you tonight. So, All righty, next up, I would like to invite to the podium. This is the director of the Orange County Business and Entrepreneurship sector here. This is Dr. Kathleen Greiner.
Hey, thank you very much, Professor Russo. Great to have you here and be here this evening. Welcome to all of you, and joining President Hernandez and congratulating all of the participants, all of the guests, and all of the industry partners here tonight. And President Hernandez, it's wonderful to have you here again. I think having leadership from our colleges is absolutely essential in employer engagement, but primarily in encouraging young people, high school and our community college students to have that creativity and go forward and participate in these kind of ideas, as well as all kinds of competition here in the entrepreneurial space. So again, welcome, congratulations. What I just want to reflect back on the years of these kind of competitions that IVC has really taken the lead in sponsoring. I really do appreciate and want to acknowledge that leadership because each competition, back in the days when we used to have pizza and Coke and so forth, and forward to our Zoom competitions over the last few years, each of them has been energetic, organized, and most of all, authentic. The participants, the judges, the mentors, and the industry sponsors and partners have all brought that heart. I love the logo, President Hernandez, behind your head there, IVC with a heart around it. That sense of authenticity is absolutely something that really, I think, characterizes the IVC competition. So congratulations on that. What I especially love about the idea competition is that it focuses on creativity, innovation, and engagement. So it's a little different than our usual types of competitions, but I think that focus is something quite marvelous. So in closing, just thank you to all of you. A special shout out to Professor Russo and his team at IVC, as well as my fellow judges who are here tonight. And I look forward to the energy from each of the mentors, Tiana, David, and Michael. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And finally, to the participants, get in there and give us a great show. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Dr. Greiner. All right, so what I'd like to do now is to kind of share with you what the competition is going to look like. So let me bring up my screen again, and then I will post in the chat all of the contact information of all of our judges and so forth here. So, okay, give me just a second. All righty. Let me reshare my screen. Okay, so this is, let me go full screen here. This is going to be our presenters in the competition. And let me make a little switch here. Give me just a minute. All right. These are who our presenters are going to be. When we introduce them, you'll find that they are from some of our partner high schools. So we have got some high school students and some of our IVC community college students. And this is the order that they will be presenting in this evening. The big thing that they're really working for this week is the top prizes. So some of the contributions, we've had some financial contributions. So the first place winner is going to take home $1,000 cash, second place $500, and third place will take home $250. And of course, we're going to have an audience choice award, and so we'll see who you like the best. Some of the other really more important sponsorships that we were able to acquire were more of our business startups. For those individuals that want to start businesses, if you were to meet with an IP lawyer or get marketing advice, that's very costly. And so we had a number of in-kind donations. The first one on the list there, all the top 3 winners will get to attend the Cal State Dominguez Hills Summer Launch Workshop Series. We will also have the opportunity to meet with a marketing agency, Crispx Marketing. And I'll introduce, I believe Tony is here tonight. I'll introduce our sponsors in just a minute. Also legal consultation from a patent attorney, Justin Sanders from Master Key IP, and I'll introduce him as well, who's here. And a one-year membership with our Tech Coast Venture Network, which is a entrepreneurial organization here in Orange County. And I'll tell you a little bit more about them in just a minute as well. I do want to introduce our judges, and if we could spotlight all three of them so you can see who they are. First up, we have Eddie Lin. He's a co-founder and CEO of Nexus Edge, which is an educational software program that creates and develops the opportunity to gain digital badges. And they've really integrated a lot of it with Canvas and the community colleges. So he's with us tonight. Eddie, if we can get a wave from you. All right, welcome, welcome. And then next up, we have Brian Roof. He is our founder of 10-8 Systems. He is, believe it or not, a fairly recent graduate of Cal State Fullerton. He was the 2019 winner of the Pitch Start competition over at Cal State Fullerton. He is a founder of a software system that works with 911 dispatch in creating really all the communications with the emergency dispatch. So he's the founder and creator of that. He is with us tonight. We can get a hello from you. That would be great. Good evening, Brian. And lastly, we have Dr. Kathleen Greiner. So you just heard from Kathleen. She has been so impactful and supportive in the entrepreneurial ecosystem here, from putting together not only events and workshops with industry partners, but with community colleges, the high schools. And Kathleen, we always thank you for all of your support. So great to have you again. All right. And hopefully my voice will hold up. A terrible time for my voice to start going, but I do want to thank our sponsors, because without our sponsors, we really can't put on a competition. And so again, to Kathleen and the Orange County business and entrepreneurship sector, Tech Coast Venture Network, which I mentioned, we're a nonprofit entrepreneurial organization here in Southern California that really helps to provide mentorship and sponsorship to businesses and really connecting those no matter what stage of the business startup you're in. And so we've got, and I'm part of that organization as well. We've got some great workshops and events that are coming up. And again, they've hosted a free one-year membership. And of course, Nexus Edge, again, as Eddie Lin, the CEO and founder of Nexus Edge, has been one of our cash prize donors tonight as well. So thank you for that. And Adam Gaspal, who's not with us tonight, with Pop Shorts, he is a social media marketing and influencer marketing company, and he has donated a cash prize to our winners tonight as well. And Justin, I believe Justin is here. If we could spotlight him and get a wave. So Justin is an IP lawyer, Master Key IP, helps provide consultation. And if you're ready to start up, how do you patent your business? How do you trademark the name? And he can help with all of that. So Justin, thank you for being here. If we can get a wave from you as well. We could find him there. All right. I know Dan's looking for him. And then also Cal State Dominguez Hills, again, for offering the ability. There's Justin. Hey, Justin. Thanks again for being here, and thanks for your sponsorship. And Cal State Dominguez Hills for the opportunity to be a part of their incubator this summer. So thank you very much for that. And then our Business Leaders Society, who is our business club on campus here at IVC. So we put on lots of events for the students, help bring in guest speakers and really connect them to the community as well. And then our last sponsor is Tony Crisp from Crispx Marketing, and he is a marketing and advertising agency, and we will get him pinned here so we can see who he is and get a wave from, there he is. All right, thank you, Tony. Thank you for being here and your support. Really appreciate it. All right. And now I'd like to kind of introduce to you, for those that were here in the first round, you probably have met them, but just to kind of let you know how the first round went, we had 12 competitors that were competing like The Voice. And we had the 3 mentors that needed and wanted to pick 3 to be on their team to mentor. And it was a bit of a battle because there was 2 or 3 that were choosing, one of the presenters, and that presenter got to choose whose team they wanted to be on. And there's been a little bit of collegial smack talking going on throughout the last 3 weeks, which has been a lot of fun. But they've spent the last 3 weeks working with each of their 3 team members. They had to kind of bump the game up a little bit with their presentation and their pitches this week. So they've really spent some time helping them out and getting them prepared and ready for this competition. And so they've given them some great opportunities to get the presentation skills going, how to do the pitch deck, doing research on their business and their industry. And so I just wanted to take a minute here to have each of them kind of share what the last 3 weeks was like. Just to take 30 seconds or a minute and share the last 3 weeks and what the time that you had spent with your team. So Tiana, let's start with you. Tell us what it was like for the last 3 weeks.
Definitely. This experience has been amazing. Thank you so much, John Russo and IVC, for making this opportunity possible, not only for our students, but for us as mentors. I am so proud of my team and how hard they have worked on researching, engaging with industry experts in the community, and honing their presentation skills. I have been personally inspired and learned so much about the various industries from my pitch competitors that I was able to work with. And their innovation encourages progress for our future. So I can't wait for you guys to see what they have brought for the competition today.
Going to bring them into the top 3 tonight, you think, Tiana?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. All right.
100%.
Feeling good about that. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Michael, what was the last few weeks like for you and working with your team? I think you're muted still, Michael.
So spacebar is not working tonight. But to answer your question, it was a lot of fun. And this year to bring in even younger students than we've had before. I've had 2 14-year-olds on my team and have been incredibly impressed by the whole team, but especially by these 2 young women and the energy that they bring. And I have to commend you, John, because each year, going back 3 years ago when we first did this, this has built momentum, and this is becoming really something of note. And it really, the kudos go to you. You've done so well. Just happy to be in the support position.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you participating with us. So thanks so much. David, what were some of the things you did with your team these last 3 weeks, and what was it like?
So I have to start as well with this has been a tremendous amount of fun. And John, you and IVC and the sponsors that make it possible all deserve a huge round of applause for this competition. I've been involved in startup pitch competitions and the likes, I don't know, probably 25 years. And this is the most fun I think I've had. I've got 6 that I'm organizing or working on right now. And this is the one I look forward to every day working on. I had a phenomenal set of students, very diverse in their ideas, very diverse in what they're trying to accomplish, and their coachability was unbelievable. I am incredibly pleased with what they've been able to do. And we're gonna see that when they take first, second, and third today.
Nice, nice. And what were some of the processes that you may have brought them through, or experiences they had with working with you?
I'll jump in since I'm here. A lot of it was meeting with them and getting them to understand the flow and the format of storytelling. And so that the idea was understood, and understanding how to make it so the idea is comprehensible, and then demonstrate that they've put the time and energy and effort into really backing up the idea as being feasible and something that can really take off. So again, incredibly coachable. We ended up having, I think, 4 team meetings that were scheduled, as a whole group, and then 3 individual one-on-ones with each one. So they were very generous with their time in being willing to go through the ringer of me. So very proud of them. They've done a great job.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. And Tiana, Michael, did you have anything to add in terms of what they got to experience over these last few weeks in terms of working with you guys?
I've been coaching 3 wonderful Legacy Magnet Academy students, 9th and 10th graders, and they were so professional and well prepared that the industry experts that they were able to meet with were overly impressed. They're like, people we work with are not as polished or as knowledgeable as these students who are creating these ideas and trying to innovate and really impact change in our world. So everyone who has ever seen them has been super impressed, and I can't wait for them to all impress you guys tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Michael, did you have?
Yeah,
something?
I agree. Plus the fact that, the startup world is all about iteration, about making changes on the fly, being open and flexible, and having insight to see beyond what's right in front of your face. And I think that's what came out so clear this last 3 weeks was as new ideas evolved, how quickly they each grasped that concept and brought it into their presentation. That willingness to constantly improve the Kaizen approach, if you will, is so powerful. And I am very thankful that these students were open to grasping new ideas and making them their own. I think that's going to show as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. I appreciate it. And, with all of our mentors, those of you that don't know, all of them are educators in a way, but have years and years of entrepreneurial experience. Michael has had a large franchise. He's, serial entrepreneur, raised millions of dollars for businesses. Both David and Michael have worked with a number of students and individuals to help them to prepare for competitions and start their businesses, as well as Tiana with her experience in industry and teaching, and now obviously teaching entrepreneurship and teaching students how to prepare to make these presentations and communication skills and how to start a business. So just a wealth of experience, and I appreciate all the time that you guys spent in working with the entrepreneurs and the presenters. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. And because of that, I got to give you a round of applause as well. So. All right. Okay, excellent. I think we are about ready to start the competition. Again, I will post in the chat there for you as soon as we kind of get things going here. All the contact information. But what we're going to do is Dan is going to start putting all of our presenters into a breakout room, except for Rizwan. That will be our first presenter tonight, and I will introduce Rizwan. So all those presenters will be in a separate breakout room, so they can't hear what the judges' comments are, the feedback is, until they come in. So give us just a minute, and we'll get them in to the room there, and then we will get I'll get our judges spotlighted, and then Dan, let me know when you have everybody in there, and then I will introduce Rizwan. So give us just a minute to get that set up. It's a little more difficult than just saying come up on stage, so but we'll get that going. All right, so let me take. All right. Let's bring up our judges so we can see their feedback, and I'm going to bring Rizwan, get you spotlighted, and we will have Eddie. So Rizwan, if you want to start getting your presentation together, and then I will introduce you in just a second here.
Is it okay for me to start sharing, or?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. You can leave that
I'm
up there.
still looking for Sloan.
All right, Jacob. Yeah, and if you open up the participant list, it's all in alphabetical order by first name. Oh, but you're going on to the you're going into the break room.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find him on the.
Joshua Sloan, you said? Or
I'm
Jacob?
here. I'm here.
Let me
Okay.
see if I can.
All
There
right.
you are. Gotcha.
Get you into the breakout room, and then let me get.
All right, I think that's everybody.
All right, so you should have probably 9 of them in there. So let me get our judges up so we can see them as well as our presenter. And just need to get Kathleen. And Kathleen. Okay. All right. Let me actually, I just want to share the criteria very quickly here. Rizwan, can you just stop share for just a split second? I do want to add this for all of our viewers so they can see as well. I didn't get the opportunity to go over this. Okay, so in this final round, unlike the first round, which was a 3-minute competition, this is a 5-minute time limit. And what we have done is we are looking for how well the students define the problem. So entrepreneurs are problem solvers. So how well do they define what the problem is? How well did they define their solution, their product or their service that's going to be solving this problem? Did they tell us about the customer, right? Who's the target market? What's the marketplace like? Who are they going to most be able to reach out to sell this product or service to? Then their business model. What's their pricing? What's the kind of the structure of how they're setting the business up? Their go-to-market strategy. Have they looked at the competition? Do they know where they'll sell it and how they'll sell it? And then any testing or validation. So some might have done some research, some might have done some surveys and so forth. So we want to see if they've validated their idea before they bring it to the marketplace. And then lastly, their wow skills in terms of their presentation, how well they wowed with the delivery and the communication of their presentation. Okay, so that's what each of these presentations will look like. So I will stop share, and Rizwan, if you're ready. Rizwan is one of our students from Legacy Magnet Academy. We have a number of representatives from that school, and his product is Data Bag. So whenever you're ready, take it away, and I will start the 5-minute timer.
All right. So last year, I went on a road trip all around the southwest of the US, and I'd found my device's reception unacceptable, with it barely allowing me to listen to music majority of the time. The cellular data signal around where I live isn't much better, with tons of dead zones in my neighborhood alone. Hello, my name is Rizwan Gosla, and today I'm here to talk to you about my product, Data Bag, a backpack that plans to solve all data issues. 45% of Americans said that they frequently experience data problems. With 97% of Americans owning a phone, that statistic shows that this is a nation problem and that DataBag can step in and solve it. For the business model for this company, I went with the business-to-business / business-to-consumer model. We predict that with effective marketing, 0.01% of phone users who experience frequent data issues will buy our product in the first year. And if this were to occur, my business would make $2.8 million in revenue just in the first year alone. The target market of this product ranges from tech enjoyers / everyday phone users, business people, outdoorsmen, and traveling families. It appeals to them by allowing them peace of mind, knowing that they'll always be connected wherever they may be. Whether it be helping tech enjoyers / everyday phone users stay connected on the go, business people answer phone calls wherever they may be, keeping outdoorsmen safe in the wilderness wherever they may be dependent on their cellular signal, and keeping families connected at sport games that might not allow such strong towers nearby. At this point, you might be wondering, what is DataBag and how does it work? Good question, because DataBag is a backpack with a fully functional Wi-Fi receiver, or in other words, a microcell, to hopefully fix your data problems. This backpack will be built with high quality materials so that the DataBag can compete with other premium bags, due to the fact that these are the closest competitor with DataBag, having no direct competitors. DataBag will work off of a compact range boosted microcell in between the foam of a bag part of the backpack and the foam. The power to run this will be supplied by a 50,000 milliamp hour battery or larger. For the pricing of DataBag, we wanted it to be in the reach of other premium bags on the market so that people will actually buy our product over a normal backpack. After calculating the price of each of the smaller parts in the bag, I estimated the cost to be anywhere from $100 to $120 to manufacture a bag. Then I marked up the price by 100% to have it be in line with other premium bags, allowing for the bag to be competitive while having it make us roughly $100 a purchase. DataBag plans to be sold online through our own website along with Amazon and be offered in person by Best Buy, REI, mobile data stores such as T-Mobile and Verizon, and suitcase / travel stores. We chose these stores due to the fact that these are the stores that our target market will most likely visit. We plan to have majority of our marketing occur through social media due to the fact that you can have the program only show your ads to specific demographics, allowing you to specifically reach your target market. An example of how we can fully maximize this by making an example of how we can fully maximize this is by making an ad for families and specifically showing it to people who are in families, such as dads. One aspect that is vital for us to market is the range and data and is the range that DataBag has over smaller hotspots to truly allow it to dominate the market. Other data suggests that starting on social media is the best option. An example of this would be the fact that 49% of people who see a brand on social media say that they are more likely to buy from that brand. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you invest in my company.
All right, well done. So Rizwan is from Team Tiana, representing Team Tiana, and our first presenter tonight. Now I'd like to take about 2 minutes, see if the judges have any questions or need any clarification on anything. And then they all have the link to the Google form, and I'll give them a couple of minutes to start putting in their scores for each of these, and they'll be tabulated. So who has the first question there for Rizwan?
I was
Okay,
just curious. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was curious which one you put down for your business model, B2B and B2C. Which one would you go with first, and or both, or what is your strategy? Why did you choose two for your business model?
I chose both because I think having my product in a lot of different sites and like retailers will allow it to reach a larger audience. And I still want, like, if I'm advertising on social media, I would link my direct website to sell it over like Amazon, because I'd rather have the profit go fully to me rather than Amazon taking their cut of the profit if I was to sell through it. So the main part from B2C is just selling on the website to avoid like costs of other websites taking a cut.
All right, Kathleen, go ahead. You had a question?
Just a real quick question about access in addition to the US. I mean, I like the way you started out your story, Rizwan. That was really, of course, great to talk about your own personal experience, your experience in the Southwest. But in addition to the domestic market, have you thought about exporting this to other countries? Because a lot of folks, especially in your age category, do a lot of traveling. So has that kind of factored in any kind of a global or international impact?
A lot of my market research was here in the US, so I don't really have any data for worldwide, but I am willing to sell it worldwide, and I actually plan to after starting in the US. I just think starting in the US will be a lot more feasible for the brand, because we can hopefully sell it easier here instead of having to ship it across the world and stuff like that, just to make it easier in the beginning, and hopefully I'll be able to spread worldwide in the future.
Usually when people start getting any minimum viable product going, they usually choose a very specific like audience demographic. If you had to kind of describe your first user persona, how would you do that right now if you're go-to-market?
Personally, I'd say be someone who is a frequent traveler and is enjoys using their device or is on their device frequently. And I think that applies to all of them except maybe the outdoorsmen, but they're one that travels a lot. And I think that having cellular data for an outdoorsman is quite important, because if they're ever like stranded or something, they always need to be able to contact people to get help and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of included them. But other than that, I think the main three was that they just want to be connected to the internet and not have to experience data drops. That's kind of what the persona would be.
And
so
their age?
Age, I'd say would be, I don't really have a direct age right now, but I'd say probably anywhere from, I'd say 16 to like mid 40s, maybe 50s. I don't know. It's basically your general phone user. So.
All right, very good. Brian, any questions, comments?
No, great
No,
job.
you're
The
good.
presentation looked fantastic. So great job. Great job,
All
Rizwan.
right. Well
Thank
done,
you.
well done. Thank you very much, Rizwan. Appreciate that. All right, so if the three judges want to take a minute to put your scores into the Google form, and we'll be getting our next presenter here from our waiting room. And that's going to be Jacob Keller. So, all right, that was our first representative of Team Tiana.
Oh, real quick, I have one more question as we're filling this out. Is have you done any sort of testing in terms of how to like validate demand for the idea?
Yes, I did have a survey that I sent to my school, and I believe roughly 80% said that they were interested in buying a bag that would solve their data issues. I just didn't include it because the data was a little bit messed up because I asked for price afterwards. But yeah,
So in the survey, did you include the price or did you not include the price?
I asked them what would be the maximum for them to be willing to pay for like a backpack that they'd be willing to pay for a backpack to solve these issues. And the issue with that was that a lot of the answers to that was unserious. So I did not include the data because it wouldn't be as accurate.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, let's just check. Jacob, are you in the room?
Yes, I am.
All right.
See if we can get you spotlighted. There you are. Okay, if you want to start pulling your presentation up, Jacob, and I'll introduce you in just a minute.
All right. Is my audio all right?
Yes, it sounds very good. All right.
Excellent.
Judges, do we need another little bit of time to get the scores in? Go ahead, take your time, Eddie.
Okay, yeah, so we can see that. Okay, sorry. Okay, we get that done. Okay, cool. Sorry.
It's okay, not a problem. All right, let me make sure I've got all three scores in there. All right, looks good. All righty, Jacob, you ready? All right,
believe I am.
representing Team Michael here. This is Jacob Keller, also from Legacy Magnet Academy with Sobe Sleep System. So go ahead and take it away and I will start your 5-minute timer.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Russo. Hi, I'm Jacob Keller, founder of the Sova Sleep System. Here's the problem. Students don't sleep enough. I personally have experienced the difficulty of maintaining a healthy sleep schedule while balancing school, extracurriculars, and homework. And I know many teenagers are in the same boat. I was tired of being tired, which is why I created the Sova Sleep System. According to Stanford Children's Health, teens should sleep at least 8 hours every night. Worryingly, only 70% of high schoolers meet this requirement. But you might be asking, why does sleep even matter? Well, 6,000 Americans lose their lives each year as a result of drowsy driving. Not getting enough sleep is also proven to increase your risk for dementia and heart disease, which is the leading cause of death in the United States. Building strong sleep habits at a young age is crucial for someone's long-term health. So, what should we do about this? Well, let me introduce to you the Sova Sleep System. The Sova Sleep System consists of 3 parts: our wearable band, our smart alarm clock, and our connected app. First, we have the smart band, which is the heart of the entire system. The smart band allows us to track the user's REM cycle, which is a key indicator of sleep quality. Through continuous use, biofeedback results in improvement to sleep quality and duration. Next, we have the smart alarm clock, which contains a built-in light which gradually illuminates, mimicking the sunrise, and stimulates our body's natural instincts to rise. The alarm clock also monitors room temperature and humidity to give us further insight into factors that might affect our sleep. Finally, our app allows users to view trends and details from past sleep sessions and will remind users to put away their devices before bedtime. Our app also employs goal-based habit formation to build good sleep habits. So, who's our customer? Our main target market consists of students in high school and college who are motivated about school and care about their health. But we're not stopping here. After their initial rollout, we plan to expand our company to better meet the needs of people of all ages, which will expand our target market. After hearing all this, I'm sure you're asking yourself, how can I buy it? Well, the complete Sova Sleep System will be sold for $150 online and in retail stores such as Best Buy and Target. Our product costs $40 to manufacture, and we will advertise it across social media on platforms such as Instagram and YouTube. So, what does the competition look like? Our main competitors are the Fitbit and Apple Watch. The Sova Sleep System stands apart by providing superior value over competitors by offering more features for the same price. Additionally, from my personal experience with these products and talking to a large number of users, I have found that the vast majority of people charge their smart bands overnight, meaning they're unable to use sleep tracking functions. With the Sova Sleep System, students and others will increase their quality of sleep, resulting in meaningful improvements to their life. So, who's ready to take control of their sleep? Thank you.
All right, well done, well done. All right, and well under the time limit as well. So, all right, that was from Team Michael. Justin Sanders, would you say that this product needs to be patented?
Potentially. I mean, we'd have to look at some of the underlying details. Yeah. But if there's
Well, I've got a
something
good
there-
patent attorney for him. So, all right, excellent. All right, well done, Jacob. All right, judges, what questions or comments do you have?
I was curious if you did some diligence into which component, what are the components for each of the two products? And if you had to pick one first, which one would you go with and why?
You mean like if we had to choose one product to create, which one would we choose?
Yeah, the band versus the clock.
So, I mean, looking at the components, in the wearable band, the components would be quite similar to like a Fitbit. So the main function there is a sensor that can track your heart rate. And we know that these are available since Fitbit and other products do have access to them. And then in the smart band, in the smart alarm clock, those are pretty simple electronics with the screen, and as I mentioned, a temperature and humidity sensor. So all of these are actually quite easy to find sensors and electronics that should be able to be affordable and available. If we had to choose one to go with, that's a good question. I honestly have not really considered, but I would probably say we'd maybe go with the smart alarm clock, since there isn't really anything out there that is really focused on improving your sleep in a meaningful way.
Great job, Jacob. Your presentation was fantastic. I could tell that you obviously researched your product. There was a lot of information in there. Great job. But every startup needs a team, right? It can't just be done by a solo founder. So have you thought about who you would need on your team in order to make this dream a reality?
Yeah, I mean, that's also a great question. Obviously, I think you're definitely right. Would not be possible solo. I think a really critical part of the team would be connections to the manufacturing of this product. Because you can't just make these out of thin air. The electronics we're working with would be relatively small, so we would need some sort of specialized manufacturing line. So definitely a couple employees or working with another company to really produce this product would be key. In addition to that, I do think we definitely want a team member or members to focus on the marketing and advertising of our product, as getting the word out there is how anyone's going to buy it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great job, Jacob. Really energetic, organized, focused, and came in under the bell, like Professor Russo noted. Just real quickly, you mentioned that you had reached out to, I don't know, fellow students or, some sort of a target audience. What were the kinds of early feedback that you had? Like, yes, I'm interested. Yes, I want it. Yes, I'm having trouble sleeping. Or, how would you characterize even just some of the early information you're getting back?
Yeah, I will say that whenever I brought up this topic with friends from school or anyone else my age, the overwhelming response was that they too really do struggle with sleep, as we live in this increasing digital age, and device use has definitely been proven to harm our sleep habits. So that was the overwhelming response. And quite frankly, there's not really that many products that try to address such a crucial part of our lives. So there's definitely some initial interest, and a lot of them we're hoping to see it go further.
And why do you think there's not a lot of products in this category right now then?
I would say that's honestly, that's a great question. And it's part of the reason I chose this for my ideas. I'm like, why aren't there more products out here? I think one of the issues is that it's kind of been like an afterthought for other companies. So yes, there are sleep functionalities on Fitbit and Apple Watch, which are the two biggest wearable technology brands. But these products are really from everything I've seen, been designed to be charged overnight to get maximum use. And their main use case was during the day for other features such as fitness tracking and even just checking the time. So they weren't really created with sleep in mind. And that results in them, although they have great potential for these sleep tracking abilities, they're not really being utilized.
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to say I did like that reasoning you just said around a sleep first approach towards the device. I thought that was
Definitely.
well written. So nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great answer. Good job.
I was gonna say that might even be a great tagline, sleep first.
Yeah, that would.
There you go. I like it. All right, well done. Thank you very much, Jacob. All right, judges, we'll give you a couple of minutes in regards to getting those scores in.
Thank you so much, everyone.
All right, well done, well done. All righty. Okay, and while the judges are scoring, I need to have some scoring music playing in the background. All right, so while they're scoring, we'll be getting our next presenter into the main room here.
She should be arriving shortly.
All righty.
I'm here.
You
All
are there
right.
already. All right. Let's see, where is Anna? Let's get you spotlighted.
Thank you.
And spotlight. Okay. All right, judges, do we need another second or so? Oh, I guess I can see your scores going in, so it looks like you're all in. All right. Excellent. Anna, are you ready?
As ready as I can be.
All right. If you want to get your screen all shared and up, and our third presenter representing T. David from Irvine Valley College. This is Anna Nam with One Dress Suits All. So whenever you're ready, Anna, take it away.
Great, thank you so much. In the past 2 months, I've had the opportunity as a student leader to attend 4 in-person conferences from Washington, D.C. to San Diego. I walked around in 90-degree weather with the same suit that I wore in DC's 50-degree weather, and despite those picture-perfect photos, I was constantly lugging around a huge suitcase, just praying that I wouldn't have to pay those overweight luggage fees. It was during this time, though, that I got a taste of life as a young working professional, working as a traveling consultant or a fresh face in a corporate office. I realized that young women professionals are in need of versatile workwear. They may not have the money to buy tons of different dresses and suits, but they also have tons of dress code expectations, from business casual to professional, happy hour, and evening cocktail attire. With all of this in mind, I'd like to introduce to you One Dress Suits All. One Dress Suits All is a customizable dress for business and formal events. With an internally zippered torso, the One Dress Suits All has various skirt and sleeve attachments of different styles and lengths that can be zippered together to create the perfect dress. All products use the same dual zipper function design, including the torso and skirt connection, elements of which my discussions with the patent attorney indicate may be eligible for a design patent or a 3D trademark. One Dress Suits All is offered in 3 colorways, shown here, white, beige, and black, and is primarily sold in a starter kit that retails for $199. The starter kit includes 2 torsos, 2 sleeve pairs, and 2 skirts. These pieces end up equating to 12 different dresses. That's enough for a traveling consultant to go on a 2-week-long business trip with just a carry-on bag. The convenience of ordering the starter kit is perfect for post-grad working professionals who are getting settled in their corporate lives, working long hours at companies like these, who've likely experienced college alongside fellow ambitious women in organizations like these sororities. These women have too much on their plate to spend their weekend shopping at Saks for new evening dresses. To provide to their needs of fast new outfits, One Dress Suits All will be sold as a subscription model, with 2 new sleeves and skirts delivered every other month for $75. At some point in this model, however, a user may end up with 20 new sleeves, a few of which they no longer wear. Or maybe at the end of the year, they've gained a few extra pounds of happy weight and they need to size up. One Dress Suits All caters towards all of these needs with a business model that was built for environmentally and economically sustainable options. All One Dress customers are suggested to donate their gently used products to working wardrobes. For individuals who would simply like a size change, they can participate in the Clothes Fit You initiative, created to empower women to feel good in their dresses, regardless of the size on the tag. Through Clothes Fit You, customers can exchange products that are used for a different size and simply pay the 50% off the retail price for these new pieces. The donated items will be donated back to working wardrobes. But sometimes shipping these items to us can be a hassle for these busy women. Through the Lend a Hand program, customers can give their new or used sleeves, skirts, and torsos to a friend or colleague. If they take a photo of the handing off of these products, the new friend can receive a specialized link to purchase a starter kit at a 50% off discounted rate. Clothes Fit You and Lend a Hand can both be used together to minimize waste, returns, and benefit both the new and returning customers. These programs also allow for highly incentivized word of mouth marketing. Wondrous will, of course, be available via the Wondrous website and online marketplaces like Amazon and Essence. Influencer marketing will also be heavily utilized through Instagram to promote the brand amongst the world of young businesswomen. Besides this, though, Wondrous will be sold in bulk orders to sororities as graduation gifts for senior sisters, as well as at big corporations like SoundCloud and Netflix as welcome gifts. These packages will be special, with starter kits that include pops of color aligning with each organization. For example, seniors in the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority would receive Black starter kits with pops of color like a gold sleeve to align with Theta's colors of Black and gold. Along with the specialized starter kit, graduating seniors and new hires would also receive a 30% off year-long discount to purchase the subscription model along with their starter kit. Wonders have been recognized by the UC Berkeley Thetas, who I may be rushing for this upcoming fall as I continue my studies at UC Berkeley. Overall, women deserve to have the simplicity of workwear and business travel as their male counterparts do. With One Dress Suits All, an ambitious young woman like myself will be well suited for any gig. My name is Anna Nam, and I'm an ambitious young woman here to empower the ambitious young women around me. Thank you so much.
All right, well done, just on time. Excellent, excellent. Everybody's been under the time limit. That was a very good presentation. So let's open it up to our judges for questions or clarification on anything.
Yeah, I was curious, how did you validate demand for the idea?
That's a great question. So I actually sent out an online survey, which I got around 46, I believe, responses for. So I was able to ask a few questions based on their current closet for business clothing, as well as the need for clothing. So I was able to gather information and figure out my price range was around like a dress being around a little over $100. So I thought that with 12 dresses or 2 dress pairs that can be interchangeable, pricing my product at around $199 was adequate.
And who did you send? Who are these? What was the personas around the 46 people who responded? Like, where were they in their careers and stuff like that?
The main breakdown was college students and then young working professionals. So within their first 5 years in their career paths.
Okay, and sorry to monopolize the Q&A. Could you go back to that one slide where you had like the number of permutations of like dress combinations and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, other people feel free to ask questions. I'm trying to figure all of this out. So,
Well, Eddie, first of all, you just need to buy the starter kit and kind of go from there.
I guess my big question was the number of times you need to do laundry during these engagements. So it's interesting is because, okay, most of the consulting engagements you travel for a week and then you go back home. So I was curious why you chose 2 weeks as the number of like, these are legitimate questions. Like, you know, when I travel a lot, I do travel a lot. Usually consulting engagements are about a week and then you go home and just repeat. Another one also is like, how often do you anticipate having to do, is this enough for you to have to go without doing laundry if you include like evening engagements along with what goes on in the day? I'm trying to figure that out from the slide, but you might as well just talk through it, I guess.
That's a great question. So that's kind of the reason why the starter kit also includes 2 torsos. So for example, if I spill coffee on the V-neck torso, the next day I can get that dress dry cleaned by the hotel while I wear the round neck. And so these are made of like a heavy 95% polyester, 5% spandex material. So they are pretty heavy duty and can last like at least a few days of wear. But in case of emergency, that's why each starter kit includes those 2 torsos.
Another quick comment or question? Go ahead, Brian.
Great job. What would you say your biggest barrier to entry is? What's gonna be the biggest issue when it comes to getting this to market?
I think the biggest barrier is definitely just with the clothing industry. It's always changing and there's so many options that are available, especially with fast fashion. There's a lot of options that may be cheaper and you can just buy multiple quantities. But I think I kind of figured that out with the subscription model. So if you see here, this is actually an array of all of the different logos that you've seen throughout my presentation that are all different versions of the one dress. And so if you look at this through a subscription model, I'll be able to add those different pops of color, those different styles, and hopefully with the skirts and the sleeves, add to the changing trends. And so that's why I hope to combat that like fast changing, fast paced market.
Oh yeah, why did you just choose 2 weeks again? Sorry, forgot to ask that part.
Was it 2 weeks?
I think you chose, like you mentioned that this would be enough for like 2 weeks of attire or something like that. Why did you choose 2 weeks instead of 1?
Yeah, so I just wanted to like make a statement with the amount of permutations or interchangeable aspects of the dress. So because the dress can be interchanged in the starter kit to 12 different dresses, that would be like at least 2 weeks worth of going to work or traveling off.
In the interest of time, Anna, just to keep this very, very quick, first of all, congratulations on your missions to UC Berkeley. I saw that in LinkedIn and did a thumbs up. I think that's great. And a lovely presentation tonight. I'm really struck with the social entrepreneurship aspect, partnering with working wardrobes and so forth. Tell us just a little bit more about that and how you think that's going to contribute to making your product really stand out from some of the other subscription-based wardrobe opportunities.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that, Dr. Greiner. I think the biggest thing is kind of goes back to Brian's question as well, in terms of like, what am I going to do about my competitors? I think working with those big organizations and corporations allows an in terms of marketing to have these bulk orders. So I have a concentrated market within a company that like Netflix or sorority like the Thetas, the word of mouth marketing will be insane. You'll see a customer or you'll see someone in the office wearing like this dress with gold sleeves and ask about it. And so I think that's the biggest thing that'll set us apart. And that's the biggest thing that'll be a success for One Dress, is that working with these partners is really valuable, not just in creating like those ties with those partnerships themselves, but it'll give a big demand for different companies to latch on to kind of this like customizable dress or more like workwear related concept for welcome gifts, for celebration gifts.
Right, very good. Thank you very much, Anna. We appreciate it. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
All right, we'll give the judges just a minute to get their final scores in. And I think what we'll do is we're going to have one more presentation, then we'll take just a brief break and come back and round out the last half of the presenters. So we will bring in our fourth presenter while you guys are getting your scores in.
Anna, also, when you if you do want to set up something with working wardrobes, if you go forward with this idea, send me an email. And I think my LinkedIn is down there. I happen to know the CEO of Working Wardrobes. So if you want to try to figure out some sort of partnership with them, I'd be happy to get you in touch.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Brian.
Please.
Excellent. And Justin, I think she said she needs a patent as well. So here we go again.
Yeah, we'll be talking.
All right, awesome. And I also put the contact information into the chat. So for those of you that are in, if you want to download that PDF, has everybody's contact information in there, feel free to do so. So, all right, excellent. All right, looks like scores are almost in. And yes, just waiting on 2 more, right? You guys still working on your scores?
All right, James, you're in the main room and you'll be able to start your presentation in just a minute. The judges are wrapping up their scoring of the previous presentation, so just hang tight and we'll be with you in just a moment.
All right, judges all set? Good to go. Okay. All right, James, if you want to get your presentation up and ready to roll, I'll get the timer ready.
All ready?
All righty. Yes, we can see it there. All right. And our fourth presenter, also from Legacy Magnet Academy. This is James Price with the Uncord. So whenever you're ready, James, take it away and I will start the timer.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Price. I'm going to tell you a quick story before I begin. So the other day, I was at school working on a project like you do And all of a sudden, boom, my laptop died. Look, not only is it super annoying and inconvenient, it also meant that I lost hours of my time because I forgot to hit that pesky save button. And what's made it worse is I was sitting in the middle of the classroom, so there was no outlets in sight. So as I was stranded and with only my dead laptop to look at, I started looking around the classroom and noticed my same problem happening to a bunch of other students. So I did some research. And I found that 76.8% of all the laptops die at least once per week. And that's a huge percentage because not only does it stop students from actually doing the work that they need to, it can also cause a tripping hazard because if students are stretching out their charges all over the room, if some kid falls into it or trips over it, it could be a pretty bad situation for the school. So I knew that there had to be some sort of solution. So introducing the Uncord. So the Uncord may just look like a normal backpack, but it can actually wirelessly charge your laptop just by walking around. It does this using resonance charging. So basically, in the very back pocket, I've created a resonance charging panel, which can wirelessly, which when it comes in contact with the keyboard, can wirelessly charge your laptop. So now, obviously, this solves the issue of having laptops die because with it being constantly charged between passing periods and at lunch, you won't have to worry, like the battery won't get low enough to actually die. And also, it removes the tripping issue because with no chargers to trip over, no one will actually, be able to trip over them. So obviously, this needs to get power somehow, so there will have to be a battery, but the battery will be UL and CE certified, which are basically two companies that make sure batteries are safe for the public, and also fall under code IP68, which means that the battery will be completely dustproof and waterproof. So in case you spill water on your backpack, it does not matter because the battery will be completely safe. And also, according to my research, a battery that can fill up an average laptop up to 2 times to full would only weigh 0.7 pounds, which is not that much in the grand scheme of things, considering that you'll have books and other laptops, so you will barely be able to feel it. My target market are going to be around students age 13 through 18, middle school, high school age, with an upper to middle class, family salary. So I decided to choose this target market because 1, they're students, so they'll all have backpacks, and 2, because this is around the age that students start receiving technology in order to do their schoolwork. So it makes my product even more useful. So there are around 28 million middle to high schoolers in America. And I did a survey at my school, and I found that 85.6% of students would actually be interested in buying my product. So that means if that trend continues, I would have around 24 million interested students, and that's a huge target market. What's better is that as my product gets more well known, I would even expand to older businessmen who need to work on the go so they too can use the hassle-free wireless charging without having to run around and look for an outlet if their laptop is low. So my business model will be B2B or business to business. And I mainly decided to do this because 1, I don't think a store that just sells backpacks will be that successful. And 2, selling to retail stores like Staples, Office Depot, and Best Buy will get my product out there and boost my brand awareness. And as my brand awareness becomes greater and greater, I would even create a website to sell directly to consumers or B2C. And that way I could avoid the retail fees. So I'll be selling my laptop or my backpack, for about $130. That's because the cost to manufacture is around $90 because it's about $20 for the backpack and the battery, and around $70 for the actual resonance charging panel. And after the retail companies take their piece, that leaves me with about a 0.14 times profit margin, or around $34 per unit. And if only 0.1% of that 24 million student target market actually bought my product, I would still make $800,000, which would go back into the company and to make that 0.1% go even higher. So you might be wondering, well, is the technology even there yet for this product? Well, yes, Lenovo, a company called Lenovo, proves just that. They have created a resonance charging charger for laptops, but it has to be plugged in. And my whole thing is no chargers, no hassle. So while this does prove that my product is possible, they are not a direct competitor. So with no direct competitors, it means 1, I won't have to fight against other companies, but it also means that the 24 million student target market would have to buy directly from me, which would create a huge customer base and boost my product really fast. So if you want hassle-free wireless charging on the go with the Uncord today. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Right, well done, well done. Get my claws going here.
Yeah, I was curious.
All right, sorry.
I was curious why Lenovo would make some resonance charging that had to be plugged in. How was that possible?
Yeah, I'm not completely sure, but the article that I found basically says that they created this. I think it was just more of like a test just to see if it was actually possible, because they basically had it set up so they had to plug it into the wall, and then they could just set their laptop on top, and it would charge via the keyboard, and it would actually be compatible with multiple different brands of laptop, so that since that technology is available, I could use that on mine as well.
I guess my bigger question also is, does there need to be changes made to the hardware, like all the laptops that you're trying to charge?
Like I was saying before, not for most laptops anyways, because what Lenovo did with the charging via the keyboard, it can work for, the article says that it can work for multiple different brands of laptop as well. So since that technology exists, I should theoretically be able to create a system that works for all keyboards and laptops as well.
Great job, James. My question is, what's to stop someone like Lenovo from creating this product? What's going to be your competitive advantage from a competitor?
Well, of course, they are like a bigger company and they probably have more experience. But I feel like since I am currently a student at school, I kind of have more experience on what it's like to have your laptop die and what kind of would be more convenient as a student, like where the battery should be placed, just how it should be set up to be as like seamless as possible, and just as or what customizations students might want to add to their backpack, which a company like Lenovo, even though they may be bigger, they obviously are not currently a student in high school, so they wouldn't know as much about the target market.
Great, thank you.
I was curious about why you chose B2B over B2C first, because what if those retailers coming from a brand that they're not familiar with, what if they say no? Then what do you do?
Well, I decided to do B2B originally, mainly because, like I was saying in my presentation, I think creating like my own retail store that just sells backpacks wouldn't be super successful. And even if I made an online store, people, I don't think would know to even look for it. So that's why I decided to at least try to get it into retail stores first. And even if only like one accepted, it would get my brand out there enough that eventually I would be able to create my own website and I guess my own retail store. So B2B was kind of just like the entry point. And once people actually knew that my product was a thing, then I would switch over to B2C. So that one, I could get rid of the fees, and two, so I don't know, it's selling directly to customers.
Hey, James, thank you very much. Great idea. Super presentation with regard to proof of concept. I really don't have a question, but maybe an idea about application. And just as you were talking about the application being relevant to your current life, which is being a high school student, it strikes me that this might be helpful in emergency situations. I know where I live right now, we're under kind of a fire watch, and it would be great to be able to pick up something on my way to an evacuation or something that would extend the life of my laptop in order to, continue with business or communicate or those sorts of things. So maybe just throw that into your future planning, additional applications besides just the classroom.
Okay, thank you. I'll do that.
Brian, maybe you can package that with your emergency dispatch and take it back with you. Who knows, right?
Go.
All right, well done.
My thought exactly.
Yeah, we have a quick question from the audience, James, if you want to ask this. Wanted to know, how is this a little different than portable chargers that are already out there that charge phones and laptops? So how does this differentiate a little bit?
Well, of course, having a portable charger is slightly better than using, a charger by itself, but it's still basically the same concept. You still have to carry this heavy thing with a giant cord. And honestly, not all cords are compatible with all laptops. Like, for example, the Surface Pro that we use at my school have this kind of like weird charging port that not all, you can't just like buy that at a store very easily. It just wouldn't really work that well. And also some laptops need specific like amounts of energy to go in to make the battery stay healthy. Like for example, if it's too little, obviously just be too slow. But if it's too much, it could actually damage the battery permanently, which could be very expensive. But my product would not do that. Obviously, it would stay at the optimal wattage, and because portable chargers like power banks aren't really compatible for laptops.
All right, very good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that was James Price representing Team Tiana. So that was our fourth presenter. So judges, if you can get your scores in, and we're going to schedule for a short break here. Before we go on break, I want to thank the chair of the business department and my colleague Dan Scott for working behind the scenes. So thank you, Dan, for all you're doing, working hard tonight and making this all flow seamlessly. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so if the judges can get those scores in, let's do this. Let's just take a 4 to 5 minute break. We're going to come back at 8:20. We will wrap up our last presentations and then be able to announce the winners, see who's going to win those top prizes. So I will play our intermission video here, but if you got to get a quick drink or take a quick break, we'll come back at about 8:20. All right, so we will see you all then. All right, that was fast. All right, well, welcome back. As long as we have there are three judges, we'll wait for a minute here to get Brian back, and we will bring in our next presenter. Oh, there's Brian. All right. So next up will be Shuba. So I'm seeing some great communication in the chat there, some cheering on of our contestants. So feel free to share information with one another and network. I will also post again the contact information for, again, the judges, the mentors, and as well as some of the sponsors if you'd like to reach out to them. So, all right, Shuba, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and get your screen ready.
Okay.
And share your screen. You should be all set. Then I will introduce you. Sheba is one of the youngest presenters tonight. Yes, we won't say how young because age should not be a determinant of success, right? But she is representing LMA as well. So this is Shubha Senthakumar, and she has a product called Safety Straws. So whenever you're ready, take it away and I will start the timer.
Sorry, you said that I was representing LMA. I'm actually from uni.
You're right. I apologize. You are from, this is from Uni High School. Thank you. I appreciate you correcting me. Yes, from University High School. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Okay. Hi, I'm Shubha Senthakumar, and this is my product pitch, the Safety Straw. The safety straw solves the issue among most college parties, the lack of safety for women. Statistics show that in the span of their college lives or early 20s, 27% of women are sexually assaulted, while 15% are raped through spiked drinks. Predators who could be their own peers target these vulnerable young women and place drugs in their cups or glasses. These women are simply trying to enjoy their nights, let loose, and have fun, but sadly it's interrupted by these predators and the risk of being drugged. As a 14-year-old girl who overthinks about her future a lot, I am constantly looking for ways to keep myself safe. Also, as a young woman, I'm constantly hearing stories of assaults and drugging in party settings, some even being from my closest friends' older sisters and my aunts and even my own mom. So this is how I thought of my product of straws that change color when in contact with harmful drugs. As seen in the pictures, they'll turn from a lighter color to a darker color. So the drinker, who may be your own relative, will be alerted of the harmful drug in their drink, and their life will be saved through a simple glance. This product on a large scale will decrease sexual assault numbers and empower women to have fun and live their lives worryless. The way this product will work is the compound GHB orange will be put into the production of the plastic of the straw. So when in contact with the famous drug GHB, the straw containing GHB orange will change color. The customers of the safety straw will mainly consist of college-age partygoers, as they are the main people who consume alcohol. Many college students want to let go of their stressful days through a fun night. So in order to take the extra step to ensure their safety for a long time, they'll buy the safety straw, which puts their safety in their own hands and gives them a sense of authority, responsibility, and autonomy to make their own decisions, which will benefit them. Since the safety straw will be inexpensive, people of low to medium income levels will be encouraged to buy them. These straws will be sold in discount retailers and big box stores, Costco, Walmart, Target, Five Below, and others, because it is making it easily accessible to the target market of young people and marketed off as inexpensive. This product is not a luxury, as everyone deserves a stress-free night that is safe. As for the price, the cost of a regular straw is 50 cents. In addition of the GHB orange compound in the production, we'll bump this up to around 70 cents. So for the sake of producing a net income, the pricing of this product will amount to $1 a straw. Although it may sound pricey at first, many people will be willing to pay a mere $1 for a night in order to save their well-being for a lifetime, as one night gone wrong can lead to a lot of emotional damage. So for the sake of their own safety, they will be willing to pay $10 for a pack of 10 effective, helpful straws. This product is categorized as a blue ocean model as it is a completely new market and there's no other product currently like this one on the market. That being said, there's also no competition for the product. It's not been put into production as nobody attempted it so far. The closest one can get to something like the safety straw are daybreak tests and strips, which are not as time sensitive or accessible as a safety straw, a quick way to ensure your safety. A search on the internet only leads to research about this product, but no place to actually buy it. So putting this product in mass production will attract many people willing to have a safe and fun night for a seemingly low price. So save a life by investing in the safety straw. Thank you.
All right, well done, well done. All right, that was representing Team Michael. That was Shuba. So let's open it up to the judges. You have a couple of quick questions or comments.
Yeah, I was wondering how you came up with the cost of the straw.
So I searched up the price on Amazon, and like I chose the cents a straw. And the thing is with GHB orange, it's not like a really hard chemical to like get a hold of. So this would only bump the price up to around by 20 or 30 cents, which is where I got the price of GHB orange straws being around 80 cents. But just to create a profit, it would be bumped up to $1 a straw.
I think you cut out for a second there, or maybe I did, so I couldn't hear all of it. But I was just curious if you know how much a lab, just a regular lab test for GHB would cost.
A regular lab test for GHB, do you mean like the validation of it?
The presence or something along those lines.
The
Like essentially your straw test.
presence of a lab?
Like what if you were to run your straw test like in a lab? Like what does that cost?
Oh, that would cost around, I would say like that it would be really inexpensive. So per straw, it would be around like 20 cents. So
Yeah,
it
I was
wouldn't
just
cost a
thinking you
lot.
could have, just for me, just because I think everything about your presentation was great. I think just the biggest point I'd like to figure out was the basis of your straw cost should be based off of the lab cost. And I was also curious if you reconciled like the types of most common like drugs used at these parties versus the ones that you were testing for. And if there was like, did you do that analysis?
Yeah, I did. So GHB was actually, hold on. GHB is actually a really common date rape drug. Like it is one of the most common in addition to ketamine and what people call roofies. So GHB orange can test for GHB. And also for the lab, that's why I bumped it up to $1 because the initial price was 60 cents. And with the lab costs and stuff like that, it would go to around 90. So my price would be $1 a straw.
Shuba, great presentation, great energy, and of course, amazing opportunity to solve a giant problem, a social problem, as well as a particular problem with violence. I just a quick question, and building on what Eddie was just saying about sourcing the chemical reagent that you build into the straw. It sounds like you're going to start with GHB, but you mentioned a couple of other drugs. Ketamine came to my mind immediately as well that you could scale to. But just going back to sourcing the chemicals and building that into the straw, is that something that's pretty easy right now? Is there a supply chain issue around that? So that's a question on the chemical side. And then on the marketing side, I think that business to customer, I mean, women are very good about, I'll say, like hosting parties. This product seems to me that it would be something that you could do, that kind of block parties, or get larger groups of women together to really talk about and market this. And the word of mouth is extremely powerful. So once you do your pilot, I think scaling up could be an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that, and like the business to consumer thing was like a really big aspect of this whole product because I really want women to have their own opportunity to take care of themselves. And also, GHB Orange will be like a really easy startup point in production because I've looked into the production of it and it is really easy to put it into the plastic of the straws.
Okay.
So starting off with GHB will probably, it'll build up.
All right, very good. Brian, anything quickly?
What's your marketing plan? Are you trying to go through social media, TV advertisements? How are you planning to acquire your customers?
Well, the thing is, since the target audience is college students, I would go through social media definitely. And just to build credibility, I would also endorse some TV ads and maybe put some like professionals on there just to increase the validity of my product, but mostly through social media because that is where young people are.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. So representing Team Michael, that was Shuba. All right, thank you. Judges, if you could take a few seconds to get your scores in and we'll bring the next presenter in. I know we're running a little behind schedule, so hopefully you guys can all hang out to see who the big winners are. So
you guys are making this very hard. Oh my God. This is way harder than I expected. This is tough, which means you're doing a great job.
That's right. That's right. All right, next, I guess we have Max. All right. Dan, Max will be joining us in a second.
In the room. I'm just looking for him right now.
Excellent. Thank you. All righty. Somebody's timer. Was that my timer? Time's up. Nobody's hit the 5-minute timer yet, which is really good. Everybody's been under time. All right.
Maxwell, can you speak up just so I can see you in here, the main room?
Hi.
Ah, there.
Alrighty.
Thank you. I just needed to find you on my list, and so that I could spotlight you.
There you go. All right. All right, Maxwell, if you'd like to share your screen and get your presentation ready. I think all the judges have their scores in from the last one. This is our next presenter, again from LMA. This is representing Team David, and this is Maxwell Penn with Hexwell Drone. So take it away whenever you're ready, and I will start the timer.
All right. Well, thank you for having me today. Guess I'll start now. Pregnancy is difficult. Imagine you're a soon-to-be mother from Senegal named Abni. 1 out of 16 million pregnant women are in Africa, and so you, Abni, have to walk over 10 miles to get prenatal care. Like the rest of them, it's life-threatening. And in the business of your life, you don't have time for childcare procedures. Instead of getting prenatal care every day or doing something else, you're getting water for your family. Every day you're spending life anticipating the child. Every day you're making a choice between a lifestyle and getting to a doctor. People like Abni deserve a choice not between one or the other, but both. They deserve more. And so that's why I bring you today the Hexwell Drone Service. Hi, I'm Max, the founder of the Hexwell Drone Service, the first service to help extremely remote women receive proper prenatal health care. And so this problem is a major threat to populations around the world, and it's increasing in size. The International Journal for Equity and Health states that 16 million women in Africa, like Avani, are pregnant each year. And the National Library of Medicine explains that the miscarriage rates translate to about 48 pregnancy losses each minute. Now, according to macrotrends.net, the current birth rate in Africa is about 32 births per 1,000 people, which is about a 1.25% decline from 2021. And on to how it works. There's always a solution to every problem, and the Hexwell Drone Service is a fleet of drones that delivers pre-childbirth preparation supplies to expecting mothers like Avani. And so regarding how it works, when a signal is sent by a customer, A drone flies over with the medical supplies, which are packed at the hospital or supplier location. These supplies described here include communication devices, health monitoring devices, and other important needs for mothers like Abney to use. The drone comes back with the box, and the supplies that need to be refilled or returned to continue the cycle are replaced and repaired in the purchase. Time is cut down as it takes less time for a vehicle or person to take materials to locations. And so the drone range is unlimited due to hydrogen power sourcing and ArcGIS GPS systems. They are unlimited through funding, which is used for improvements to said systems, and the base speed of the drone is about 40 miles per hour while carrying equipment. The kit contains many pieces of childbirth equipment, such as a tablet with a solar panel charger to use for communication, handheld ultrasound devices with gel, a speculum, and pregnancy tests, a sterilizer, blood products, medication, and baby products, especially the monitoring band to monitor the mother and the baby's health, and more. And to the 3 impacts of time, greater access, and health. Time saves is an extremely important part of business and determines productivity. However, it means more and more to continue on the path of life, whether that be taking care of a family and a household or gaining more income through the development of time in a job. Greater access. Currently, many don't get proper healthcare due to the inability to access a doctor. Now it's possible to get that healthcare through telehealth and remote interactions with a Hexwell drone service. And regarding health, the family gets a healthy addition to their lives, a new member to carry on and write their story, but also their own. The families of customers would be safe since the baby and subsequently the mother are well insured via the procedures that they followed. Of course, Abney wouldn't be paying for this, the organizations would. And these organizations would include UNICEF, the Red Cross, governments, and many more who want to help. In aiding these purchases, we can sell this product online via direct sales with organizations and government entities, first starting with smaller groups and then aiming for higher authorities in target markets. And then on to my favorite section, financial sustainability. Regarding financial sustainability, the drone will be about $1,200 to $500 to make, but if we try $500, that gets us to about $45 per patient, and with, let's say, about 110 patients per drone usage over a 5-year drone life. However, if we dedicate about $100 to $500 for inspection, repairs, and maintenance each month, let's try 150, and that gets us to 1,200 divided by 150 gets us to about $8 per patient for maintenance costs each payment. And by year 5, we aim to have about 850 drones and a $33 million revenue. In the lifetime of this drone, 750 women will be served. And there's more benefits as well. The revenue is about $38,750. The profit is about $7K, and the profit margin is at a nice 18%. Now, this product has the potential to aid many people like Abney and her child, but needs vast support to start operations. Are you willing to invest in this new generation of opportunity? Thank you for your time. I'm Maxwell Penn, and this has been the Hexwell Drone Service. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them.
All right, well done. With 13 seconds to spare, so well done.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I think Eddie's freezing now.
What are they paying for? Like, how much do they pay for similar initiatives right now?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, you froze a little bit.
Yeah,
Eddie.
sorry. How much are UNICEF? Oh, sorry. Yeah, how much are UNICEF and Red Cross paying for these types of initiatives right now?
Currently, there aren't any of these types of initiatives at the moment using technology in these amounts to distribute medical supplies. However,
technology, just the cause, like in this purpose, like how much are they spending?
Prenatal health care is what Eddie's trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Kathleen.
I see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
you understand the question, Max?
It would be about, I would assume, in the millions, obviously, about maybe like 20 million or so on the specific category, but the US spends about 1.2 billion annually for maternity care.
Okay.
Max, I'm just going to build on that question. Talking about the drone part of delivering the content of the kit, by the way, an excellent idea, and I think applicable certainly in the continent of Africa, but right here in the United States with some of our Native American, reservations and places that are very remote and hard to get to and have exorbitant levels of need for prenatal healthcare because of the child mortality rate. In any case, going back to the drone, sourcing that so that it has the capacity to both carry the weight and so forth and so on. Where are you going to get that and maintain it? And that seems to be just holding on to that technology in a remote area is a challenge.
So you're asking where I'm getting the parts for all this, or
Or sourcing the drone and then continuing maintenance and service.
so the drone would be manufactured by the company and then it would be serviced in those specific areas by flying in and out of them. We could make stations in certain areas that are designated for this kind of operation.
How big is this drone again? Sorry.
So these drones are on average about 20 feet by 20 feet. They're industrial hex-sized hexacopter drones. And so in continuation, that's how large they would be, yeah.
And how did you come up with the cost of $5,000 for such a large drone?
For most drones actually can range from $1,200 to $5,000. $5,000 is like if we were to take a drone and completely add like a bunch of modifications to it that would enable it to perform at the highest performance. But 1,200 is a benchmark for a hexacopter like this.
Good bit, Maxwell. I was at the first competition too, and I saw your original plan. So it's nice to see that there's a lot of applications of this, and you clearly did your research on what the problem is. A couple questions. First, because I saw you said something about $45 per patient. Are you just selling them the drone itself, or are you then selling per patient?
We are selling the service. So what it is so we have the patient, the organization that's covering for the patient, pay a certain value. And so every time they order a specific appointment or a drop off, it would be like per se about $45, right? Or even sometimes $8 by possibility. And so what would happen is the drone would fly out there and deliver the resources needed for each meeting and take back the resources that need to be refilled. Like, for example, referring back to the materials list, for example, if they need to maybe replace their charger, that's something that they could also order and we could get to them. Or if they need a refill on vitamins and other blood products, we could also pass that to them as well.
And then the only other question is, who's performing these procedures? Because I see there's like an ultrasound kit and even blood pressure machines are usually require a medical professional to perform these types of procedures. How's that being done? Are you providing instructions, or are there healthcare providers already out there?
So it's going to be medicated by a telehealth organization. So essentially what happens is, say Avni wakes up at 7 a.m. and meets with this doctor online, right? She opens up her tablet and it's already charged 100% by solar energy. And so she opens up the tablet and she's meeting with this doctor. Now, say the doctor is going to give her instructions on how to, like, if she has a bridesmaid or something, or a relative that would volunteer, the doctor would instruct that volunteer to take a handheld ultrasound and how to apply gel and take all of the procedures for that onto the birth giver and essentially run procedures based off of that.
Great, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Maxwell. We appreciate it. Nice job. Good presentation. Great idea. Thank you so much. All right, judges, if you can get your scores in, appreciate that. And we'll bring in our next presenter. I believe we have Amisha from Team Tiana coming up. So Dan will bring her into the room. Amisha, I think I can add spotlight. Okay, I think I got her there, Dan. All righty. So Amisha, if you were ready, get your presentation in share mode there so we can see your screen, and I will introduce you here in just a second. Judges, looks like you're all set with your scores from our last presenter. Yes. All right. Awesome. All right, so next up, Amisha, also from LMA, yes?
Yes.
Yes, all right. So this is Amisha Chandra, and this is her product, Carbigon, and she's representing Team Tiana. So go ahead and take it away, and I will start the timer.
Thank you. Let me start mine as well. Carbon emissions. They make up 76% of the Earth's greenhouse gases. That's 50 billion tons of carbon getting released into the air every single year. From agricultural facilities to industrial factories, carbon emissions are everywhere. But the biggest contributor to carbon emissions? Highway vehicles. Every single gas-powered car emits around 4.6 tons of carbon annually. And that's a lot of carbon because there are more than 250 million gas cars in the US alone. These emissions are melting our ice caps, they're heating up our earth, and they're drying up our land. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to propose a solution. My name is Amisha Chandra. I'm a 10th grader at Legacy Magnet Academy, and I introduce to you Carbogon. Carbogon is an air purifying device that uses chemical reactions to actively cleanse the carbon emissions being released by going through photosynthesis and chemical reactions. After your car's catalytic converter filters out most of the toxic gases your car produces, Carbogon takes it one step further by using algae filters to go through photosynthesis and turn a portion of your car's carbon emissions into cleaner air. So let's talk about the science behind it all. To begin, the algae filters. These filters will be produced in a lab where we will find the best generation of algae to sustain high temperatures that come from a car's exhaust. We will also use staggered sodium hydroxide plates within the model to get as much surface area as possible to accommodate for the speed and high amount of vehicle emissions. So with this, how are we going to make clean air? Well, the process first starts with combustion, which is the initial startup of your engine. The products of combustion are carbon dioxide, water, and heat. Then during the next step, which is the cooling step, what happens is due to the increased area, the surface area that we created with the staggered plates inside of the model, the carbon dioxide and water will turn into carbonic acid. The final most important step is neutralizing, where the staggered sodium hydroxide plates react with the carbonic acid to form sodium carbonate, which is a safe and disposable byproduct. But where are we going to dispose of the sodium carbonate? Well, that's where the algae filters come in. Our algae filters will use the sodium carbonate to sustain itself for around 3 months until the system has to be replaced. And the replacement process will be smooth and easy for consumers as the product will be shipped to their house quarterly. Customers will know exactly when they need to replace their product through the mobile app and will also get data on their carbon emissions weekly from our built-in CO2 sensors. And Carbogon as a company will track our product's overall effectiveness by using the life cycle assessment analysis, health impact reports, and testing our product using Autodesk simulation. With Carbogon, we expect to see around a 35% decrease in carbon emissions per vehicle annually. And we plan to sell the product using a B2B and a B2C business model in partnerships with major retailers such as Costco and offer customers benefits such as annual rebates or discounts on Costco gas. We mainly cater to middle-class families, and we will partner with car dealerships such as Honda and Toyota to offer discounts on certain car models. As you can see here, it's similar to a subscription service where customers can choose their package, and it comes with a bunch of different benefits, which include discounts on gas, HOV passes, and EPA tax credit. We chose this business model mainly because it gives us a constant recurring income. So after going out to the community and giving a survey to adults at my school and my parents' workplace, I found that around 42% of people would purchase our premium plan and 32% would purchase our standard plan. That means if only 0.01% of the 250 million people in the US that own a car buy our standard plan, we would make around $4,750,000. And then after all production and partnership costs, that would give us a 31.5% profit margin. Now, you might be wondering, why Carbogon? I mean, we already have electric cars, right? So why do we need Carbogon? The issue is the upfront costs that come with an electric vehicle can get pricey for a lot of people. And on top of that, the manufacturing of the batteries from these electric cars can cause more harm than good. From a similar survey that we conducted, we found that 95% of middle to high class adults would spend their money on a product to save the environment and also support ethical brands. Our whole brand is built around helping the planet, and we strongly enforce that, which is why Carbogon will send 5% of every purchase to environmental nonprofit groups. So if everyone in this call were to take home one Carbogon today, we could collectively save over at least 150 tons of carbon by the end of the year. And that's only from the people in this call. So let's make our planet cleaner, one Carbogon at a time. Thank you.
All right, well done with 2 seconds to spare. Excellent, nice job.
Well timed.
Well done, well done. All right. We have a few quick comments and questions here, so we can move to our last two competitors. But go ahead. Who wants to start it off with Amisha?
Yeah, I was curious why existing car manufacturers haven't tried this already.
Yeah, there actually has been one product that have already done a similar system. It's called the CO tube. It didn't pass the manufacturing stage because it didn't get enough funds to go that far, but it's a very similar concept. So that's like the only competitor that I found, although they're out of business now.
Were they a third party or were they like part of one of the car?
No, they were a third party.
So that also makes me wonder, since all the exhausts are drastically different shapes and configurations, how can a third party be successful in creating something that goes on top of exhausts that are different shapes and sizes?
Well, there would be different attachments based on different models. So the main part of the model would be the same, like all of the technology with the filters, but the attachment that attaches to the model would differ based on your car's exhaust.
Kathleen, Brian.
Great job, Misha. Your slide deck was fantastic. I could put a lot of time into that and into figuring out what your product was. That was fantastic. My question is, how do you plan to keep your company sustainable, given that, like, for example, I think California in either 2030 or 2035 is making it illegal to sell new internal combustion engine vehicles. They have to all be electric. How do you plan to keep the company in business after, as these internal combustion engine, regular motor vehicles kind of go by the wayside?
Yeah, so exactly that. Using this technology, it can be adapted to almost any sort of machinery, using the same algae filters and adapting it to other machinery such as trains or even like any machinery in the industry. We can use the same concepts and transfer those ideas into newer, different technology. So we aren't only limited towards cars, but cars is just the beginning for now.
Great answer. Good job.
Well done. No comment, but I like the application to tractors, all kinds of machinery, just thinking of the construction, and one of those folks who travels on the freeway, when I look at the big trucks and the earth crawlers, I mean, there's I think some additional application that could be relevant here. Well done. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, nice job.
A good answer to Brian's question. That one's not easy. And also I do feel like the slide deck was really well done. So congrats.
All right, nice job, Amisha. Well done, well done. All right, judges, we can get those scores in. We'll bring up our second to last but not least presenter. All right.
And she should be arriving in just a moment.
All right, thank you, Dan.
Hello.
All right, let's get you spotlighted. See if we can find Farishta here. There you are. Farishta and spotlight. All right, there you go. We can see you nice and big now. All right, if you want to get your screen share ready and get your presentation ready to go. And judges, looks like you're good. You got all your scores in. All right, and we will introduce you as soon as you're ready there, Farishta, with your presentation. All right, very good. So this is Farishta Islam, representing Team Michael, also from Legacy Magnet Academy. And this is her product, Bebot. So whenever you're ready, take it away and I'll start the timer.
Have you ever walked around the beach only to see trash littering the ground? Trash is a persistent problem on beaches, and not only does this affect the beauty of our beaches, but it harms the environment as well. Because of all this trash, over 8 million metric tons of plastic goes into the ocean each year. And because of all this plastic, over 1 million marine animals die each year. Something has to be done. So with a little inspiration from a school assignment and the help of a very environmentally conscious friend, I was able to develop a solution. My name is Farisha Islam, and I'm the developer of the Beebot. The Beebot is an AI robot that collects trash using vacuum power. It uses artificial intelligence to sort between trash and other objects. It's automated, and it uses solar electricity. On top of that, it has an internal trash sorter that allows it to sort trash, and it has specially beach terrain components such as treads, and it has a waterproof exterior. The Beebot has many different customers. For example, it has nonprofit beach cleanup organizations, government entities, cities and states, and private beaches. And all of these customers will want to buy the Beebot because it will allow them to clean up beaches better. Nonprofits will have to use less money and people to clean up the beaches. The same goes for government entities, cities and states, and private beaches. On top of that, governments and cities and states, they will be able to have cleaner beaches, which will attract more tourists and increase their tourism revenue. Private beach owners will also want to buy the Beebot because it will allow them to have cleaner beaches and allow their further enjoyment. Trash and waste management companies will want to buy the Beebot because it will allow them to expand their line of product offerings, therefore increasing their revenue. And recycling companies will want to buy the sorted materials that come from the Beebot because then they have to waste less money on sorting the materials and more money on converting those recyclable materials into usable products. As for our business model and pricing, we have a B corporation and it has 3 main revenue streams. Our first revenue stream is selling the Beebot, and our second revenue stream is leasing the Beebot for short or long term. Our third revenue stream comes from selling the recyclable sorted materials that the Beebot collects. The Beebot will have an estimated production cost of $10,000 and a retail price of $25,000. As for the sorted materials, they will have varying prices based on what type of material is being sold and the amount of the product that is being sold. For our marketing strategy, we will mainly sell our products through in-house sales professionals, but we will also market at trade shows and trade publications to increase awareness. We will also sell online through company website if we change our product or if we adjust our strategy. As for our market size, we have a very big market with every beach and coastal region around the world for the Beebot and recycling companies all around the world for the sorted materials. And since this is a very large market, we will start small with Southern California, and then we will scale our business. And even if we start in Southern California, we will be able to have a lot of revenue because there are many beaches in Southern California and many companies of recycling as well. We have many competitors as well. Solarino is one competitor, which is a remote controlled robot that collects trash on the beach. And we have obvious advantages because our robot is automated, which means it does not need any humans to control it. The Beachbot, which is another robot, is automated and it collects cigarette butts on the beach. And our product is also better because it collects a wide variety of trash, making it better than others. As for testing and validation, we did not do any testing, but we were able to validate the use of our product through research. Since our competitors are very successful, we saw that our product is much better than our competitors, meaning that our product will also be very successful. On top of that, government agencies spend millions of dollars on cleanup efforts. For example, Los Angeles spends $36.3 million on beach cleanups. So even if we only have one customer, we will still be able to earn lots of profits. On top of that, since our robot is fully automated, it allows less humans to control it and targeting some main problems that people face and attracting customers. So let's help save marine life and keep beaches cleaner with the Beebot. Thank you.
All right, well done with 22 seconds to spare. Excellent, excellent. All right. Eddie, I suppose you have a question.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious about how does the AI work for sorting through the different types of materials?
As for sorting through the different materials, so it's kind of trained by images. So it's shown different images of trash and other objects, and it uses machine learning to learn which images are trash and not trash. And so it's trained with new images. And so this allows it to increase its accuracy and be more effective.
And where do you get your training data set from?
We might buy some picture, we might use some of our own pictures, by maybe we might take pictures from beaches, but we may also use online images or other platforms where we can find like various pictures and images to train our B-bot.
I just want to make a quick comment on that. This is the first young person who actually has like puts up some reasonable understanding of machine learning. So yeah, I appreciate that. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, as somebody who's also in technology, I am very impressed at how well you just answered that, because I thought when he said the data sets, and I was like, okay, this is getting into the nitty gritty. That was a great answer. You have clearly done your research.
Most people just make up stuff when they get that question. Let's just put it that way.
A lot of people like to use machine learning and AI as a buzzword, but you obviously know what it is, not just throwing a buzzword in there. So good job. Great job.
And ditto here. I think the applications are broad. In addition to beach cleanup, just taking the application, the machine learning, and the algorithms going forward. It might be, you're at the bottom of an inverted pyramid, perhaps. Just to think along those lines. Thanks.
So I was curious why one of your competitors only sorts cigarette butts.
This is because it was a small project that they wanted to help clean beaches, and it's because cigarette butts are also one of like the main products and trash that is found on beaches. So they wanted to focus on one thing, but I felt like working and focusing on a wide variety of products would also be helpful, because plastic is also another huge component that is found in beaches. So that's why I wanted to also make our product collect a wide variety of trash.
How about biological trash?
For biological trash, it will probably also collect it, but since it will get trained with machine learning and AI, so since it has an internal trash sorter, it will sort it into another compartment, which it can later be disposed and into the ocean or into whatever medium is needed.
I appreciate that. I live in a beach community, and quite frankly, dog poop is right up there with cigarette butts.
Lots to clean up there. Good. All right, judges, thank you for your comments and your questions. We appreciate it. Farisha, well done. All right, so I'll give you a minute to do your scores, get those in there, and we will bring up our final contestants. And this is a team that will be doing our final presentation for the night, and then we will do our Audience Choice Award. All right. So I'll give you a second to.
All right, so our final team members should be in the main room at this point.
All righty. There he is. So there's Joshua. Hello. Right. There's Joshua. Good evening. And Isa.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, indeed.
All righty. If you guys want to get your presentation up, thanks for waiting for so long in the breakout room all by yourselves there. So we appreciate that. Sorry for the delay. Don't worry, we'll let you get your presentation, even though it's 9 o'clock already. And hopefully most of you can stick around for a few more minutes. So you guys all set and ready to go?
We are perfect.
All right. So our final finale of the night, representing Team David. This is Joshua Sloan and Isa with their product Same. So whenever you're ready, take it away.
You know what they say, save the best for last. Anyways, who would have liked to own Mickey ears way back in the day? You could have done so much with Mickey ears. Look what Disney did. They started theme parks, amusement parks. They started entire business around Mickey ears. And that's what we want to do. We want to be the next Mickey ears. We want to include NFTs and make that the next Mickey ears. And we want to make it something that you can own, something that you can be amazed with.
So here I'd like to talk to you about what usually tends to happen with NFTs. So here's a tweet, which was an NFT that actually ended up selling for $2.9 million. But there's not a whole lot that you can do with it. So when the person that ended up buying this tweet, he ended up trying to offer it up on some auction, but his highest bid was $6,200. And ultimately it just ended up losing value.
And so this is something that where the NFT was tied in with something in real life. It was an NFT collection tied into a restaurant, and the restaurant actually succeeded and it's doing amazing. It's still up in Long Beach, California. And it's a real life example of how NFTs are connected with the real world.
And so we are saying the future of fashion.
So when we thought of this idea, we were going quick. We wanted to make all these NFTs, and we acquired these artworks that you can see in front of you, and we put them on our product.
So what we actually ended up doing is we take these NFTs that we acquired from other artists, as well as some that were produced by ourselves, and we ended up trying to connect them with a tangible asset, which we decided would be clothing. And so here you can see an example of what our clothing would look like with our logo and our NFT logo.
And so we also thought of the idea of making it a social media company and connecting clothes and making a QR code on your clothes that you're wearing and connecting them with other people wearing the same clothes.
And so with this QR code is other people that maybe don't know what SAME is, or maybe they do and they want to connect with you. They're able to scan your QR code with their phone, which in turn allows us to collect data about which products may be popular and what other people may think about our designs.
And so we actually got to doing it. We made this a reality. And as you can see right here, this is some shirts and product that we made, and we actually sold some to close friends and family. And they own the NFT and they also own the shirt. And then we also got data from them. We got their emails, we got how old they are and what they prefer and stuff like that.
So now you might be asking, well, we've been talking about NFTs, but what is an NFT? So an NFT is an authentic piece of artwork. It's usually powered on the Ethereum blockchain. It's an integration of artists into the digital age, and it's a new and untapped industry with lots of potential.
Our market. So 15 to 50,000 NFTs are sold each week, and we have a $1 trillion market size between NFTs, clothes, and social media.
So for our consumers, we're planning on offering our clothing to mostly NFT and streetwear clothing consumers. We want to be very inclusive and be indiscriminate towards all genders, races, and sexualities. We want everyone to feel like they can be a part of our program. We're also targeting some of the more trendy, high-tech people, age ranges between teens to young adults, as we feel like they would understand our product the best.
And so monetizing our product, finally, the big bucks that we all want to know and how we can do this. So first, we're going to do clothing sales, obviously, and that's going to be a big bulk of our sales and our money. And then next, we're going to do NFT auctions, where we're going to sell the NFT, the artwork of the clothes that are on the clothes. And then next is going to be NFT royalties that our consumers will go on to pass on, and we'll collect a royalty fee on that. And then finally, social media advertisements. With social media growing exponentially, getting advertisements on this would be a very good and a good monetization.
Any questions?
Yeah, I was wondering how you collect royalties. You can collect royalties on NFTs if it's someone else owns it now. I mean, I'm just new to it, but still, how does that work?
Yes, so we would be acquiring the NFTs. So it would be us owning it. And so on platforms like OpenSea, you can set royalty rates for when the NFT gets transferred to between user and user.
And where are you sourcing the NFTs, that even the ones that you have right now?
On a platform called OpenSea, which is the largest NFT trading platform there is.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, can you tell us more about like the people you've sold to so far? What does that look like? And I don't know, just kind of get a better sense of, yeah. Could you describe that a bit more about who is purchasing and why and how much are they paying?
Yeah, right now it's mostly been some close friends and families because we've just kind of gotten our product right now. But as for the future, we plan on pushing it towards people that are in a trendy tech setting. And kind of our main idea behind this was that we noticed that NFTs, people tend to pump them up really high, but there doesn't really seem to be any real value behind them. And they usually tend to fall down, like that Twitter tweet. That was an NFT that sold for a lot, and it just didn't really have any real value behind it. So that's kind of what we're trying to do, is tie an intangible asset with a tangible asset.
Yeah, I like that you're doing that. We can get into that later. We don't have a lot of time. I was curious. So let me get this functionally correct. Is they bought the clothing, and then they also at the same time they also own the NFT when they bought the clothing?
No, it's actually two separate systems. So we're actually planning on ourselves owning NFTs and releasing those ourselves, as well as being kind of third-party platform that would assist people that have NFTs to create a clothing line distribution or something like that.
Yeah, the reason why I asked was I thought you said for a second that there's like you own both the physical asset and the NFT, or maybe I just misheard or something.
Yeah, no, that is also a thing that we're planning on doing too. It's kind of an all-encompassing idea to become a third-party platform as well as running our own platform.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm sort of confused. I'm just trying to figure out if you have to integrate with OpenSea or not, or it's something you have to do on your own. I don't know.
I mean, OpenSea has it already set up where you can set royalty rates for us for when the NFT gets, when transactions occur with the NFT.
Wasn't the royalty rates. I was just asking about the combination of the physical assets and whatever OpenSea will allow you to sync, I guess, data-wise.
Got it.
You guys said also that there was going to be some sort of social networking aspect, that you're going to have a way for people to connect with clothes. Can you talk about that a little more? Because you kind of just briefly touched on it, but what exactly is that going to be? And is that another source of revenue, or is that just kind of something to add on?
Yeah, so it's another source of revenue, and it's going to be something like almost like there's going to be a QR code on your shirt, and every time it'll be only within the community of people who own our clothes to make it more exclusive. And so it would be, you go around and you see someone wearing that, you take a picture with them, just share it with your friends, and it would be something like that. And then we would run ads on it if we felt the need to, and earn money through that.
Is anybody else putting NFTs on clothes right now? Is there any competition in that space?
Not that we're aware of.
Yeah. Because NFTs are such a new idea. Oh, sorry.
Right. Part of the value for NFTs comes from low supply, high demand. Are you going to have limited editions of X number of t-shirts with Y number of images? Because it's, you just kind of touched on it. It's that really, focus on demand that provides value. Everybody wants it, and there's only 100 of them. That's where sometimes the value comes from.
That's true, but the one example that we talked about was the Bored Ape Yacht Club restaurant, pop-up restaurant. And basically what they did there is they had a restaurant that was associated with the NFT, and it allowed people to come in and kind of consume goods that were sponsored by the NFT without actually owning the NFT. And it's just something that we've kind of seen be a real opportunity for business.
Right. For the respective time, we appreciate all the comments and questions. Thank you, judges.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you, same. So that's representing Team David. So you guys can put your scores in. And so we're going to do the Audience Choice Award. I put in the chat there. There is a link to a Google form there for all of the audience to open and select and pick who your favorite was in the audience. And we are going to announce the winners in just a second here, as soon as those come up. And I will tally up all the remaining scores. So take some time to do the Audience Choice Award. I will send Joshua and Jacob. Will have you go into the main screen. All right, judges, working all your calculations here. And get those final scores summed up. Dan, do you have any music you could play? Or sing, whatever you'd like. All right. Let's see here, getting everything totaled up, waiting for all the audience scores to come in as well. All right, and as we're waiting for those numbers to come in and those awards to come in, what I wanted to do while we were waiting is I wanted to ask two of our presenters to kind of share what this experience was like, just again to take 30 seconds and the time they spent with their mentors being a part of this pitch competition and what they learned. And so I'd like if Anna Nam can, I will bring her into the spotlight here. If you can just kind of share with us quickly what you got out of this experience and what the time you spent over the last month.
Absolutely. Thank you for the spotlight. I want to first off start by saying I had such an amazing time during this process. It was a little bit weird for me. I recently went through going from a business student to being a pre-law student change. And so I went into this with like David and I was like, hey, I have a lot of imposter syndrome. I don't really know what I'm doing. But over the past few weeks, it's been a lot of fun. I've learned so much about entrepreneurship, how to pitch, how to work on my public speaking skills, and how to tell a story through me and Team David. I experienced the friendly competition between Michael and David, which was really fun as well. And I just got to get a taste of like so many new people and a taste of like the network that I will have leaving this competition, regardless of the place that I'm going to get. So I'm just incredibly thankful for that experience. Honestly, I think like David really undersold himself and he was like, like the students met 3 or 4 times. He sat with me literally from like 10:30 to 11:30 p.m. last night and the night before. So I think that's just like a testament to, and I'm sure Tiana and Michael would have done the same for their team. So I'm just really grateful for like this close-knit environment and just being here and getting this experience as a community college student. So thank you, Professor Russo, for organizing all of this.
Excellent. Actually, you did a wonderful job. Thank you so much for sharing. Really appreciate that. All right. And then I'd like to ask Shuba if she could come up and share with us a little bit about what she took away from this experience. So let me spotlight Shuba for you as well. Let's see, where are we here? Shuba. Why can I not find Shuba? Oh, there she is. Okay. All right, go ahead, Shuba.
All right, hi. Thank you for giving me the spotlight. I'm pretty young. I'm 14. I'm a freshman in high school, and honestly, when the way that I was introduced to this competition is through dual enrollment and my college course that I'm currently taking at IVC. I've always been passionate about entrepreneurship, marketing, solving prevalent issues, and I was hesitant to participate in this competition at first because it honestly seemed really daunting and scary to enter in like a pitch competition like this. And especially since this was my first competition, I really didn't expect what was coming to me. But I soon realized that I didn't have anything to worry about at all. My experience was not stressful. It was genuinely one of the most fun things that I've done. And I feel like I've really found my passion as a young person through this competition. And I feel like it's really inspired me into like going into entrepreneurship in the future. And I did what I loved in a community that welcomed me. And I'm so grateful to everyone here, including especially my mentor, Michael, because he never made me feel like I was bothering him. And he was so eager to work with me on my pitch. And it just really meant a lot to me, especially when I was so scared and clueless and I had no idea what to do. So overall, I love this experience and this was my first competition and I definitely want to do more. So Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being a part of this and you did a terrific job. And I'm glad you really got so much from it. So that's what it's all about. Thank you. Okay, I have the results. Are you guys ready? And before I give the results, I have to do a little kind of pitch for the entrepreneurship program. If any of you have any questions regarding the entrepreneurship program, if you love what we're doing and you'd love to make a financial donation to support the program for the workshops we do, these pitch competitions, or would like to mentor or be a part in any way, again, I put my contact information in the PDF that we have out there. Feel free to reach out to me. We'd love to get you involved in any way we can. Obviously, tying these students to the community, tying them to the businesses, starting their careers, that's what it's all about. And you heard from a few that never really thought about entrepreneurship. Again, you don't have to be a business major to be an entrepreneur. It's these great ideas from many disciplines that really become wonderful entrepreneurs. So, okay, excellent. Let me see if I can spotlight here quickly. So let's see if we can remove Shuba. And I can get the winners. Dan, can you remove Shuba for me if you don't mind? And I'm trying to find the others here. So I want to give you our Audience Choice Award first. And I've got to find them. So give me just a second. All right. Okay, Shuba still, okay, so you're no longer spotlighted. Okay, so let me bring up the winner of our Audience Choice Award. If we could get a round of applause for Mr. Maxwell Pan. All right, nice job, congratulations. So the audience chose you as the best presenter, so well done, nice job, congratulations. And all of these participants are going to earn certificates from IVC that have been officially signed by myself and our president, Dr. John Hernandez. So we will be getting certificates out to all of the participants in this. So congratulations on that there, Maxwell. All right, here we go. The top 3 winners. And I got to tell you, I am so thankful that there is one from each mentor group. So that is a good thing. So we are very happy about that. So in 3rd place, winning $250. Let's see if I can find them on here to spotlight. All right, $250, and all of those in-kind donations goes to Amisha Chandra and Carbagon. All right, congratulations. Well done, well done. So we will be in contact with you. We will get the check out to you that maybe you can hopefully put towards starting the business, or whether it be school or education, however you'd like to spend that. We just ask that you don't go out and buy Starbucks and games and things of the sort. So, all right, congratulations. All right, and that was Amisha from Team Tiana. And in 2nd place, hold on here, let me make sure we've got it all correct. All right. All right, let me get our 2nd place winner up. I tell you, it's so much easier just to announce them and bring them to the stage, right? All right. Or did our 2nd place winner go? Okay, here we go. In 2nd place, representing Team Michael is Shuba. All right, congratulations. So the winner of $500 and all of those in-kind donations that we will get out to you. So well done, Shuba, congratulations. All righty. Should we have speeches from each of them? Maybe we'll have a speech from our top winner. All right. And so we know who this team is from, but our top winner in 1st place with $1,000 cash, all these services to hopefully bring this to reality. 1st place from Team David is Anna Nub. Right, congratulations, congratulations. So like I said, we'll be in contact with all of you and get your prizes to you as well as certificates. So I know we ran a little over, but I thank all of you for being here. We had some wonderful guests here. Some of you may not know Marcia just because I can see you, but the president of the trustees of the South Orange County Community College is here with us tonight, even watching. So Marcia, thank you so much for being here tonight, and all of our administrators. I know we had the TUSD superintendent that was with us, and deans and family and friends. So thank you all for being here. Have a great night. We look forward to seeing you next year. So until next time, take care and good night.
Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Great job, everyone. Have a good night.
All right. Good night. Thank you, judges.
That's everyone.
Good night. Well done, John. See you later, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you, judges. Take care. Good night.
That was
Well
so
done, John.
much fun. Very inspirational. Hope for the future. Anybody who has doubts about quote unquote the future, we should bottle this, John, and send it to him. It's great. It's a great infusion of energy.
It
Thanks.
was great. It was great and fun too. So it was great. And the students were wonderful. It was great. So thank you so much. And
Job. Thank you.
excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, they're really impressive. Thanks so much, John, for putting this together. It was cool.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks for all your work.
Thanks.
It's great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Thank
Dave,
you.
good to see you again too.
Likewise, thank you.
Bye, David.
And
Nice to see
honestly,
you.
John, this has been the most fun competition I've been a part of,
Oh,
like
thank
hands
you.
down.
That
You
means a
have
lot.
you have you have elevated the level. I'm stealing elements of it for Dominguez Hills.
That's
Thanks for it was an honor to let me be a part of it.
Thank you
Again for all your work.
Thanks again.
Congratulations for taking top prize, David. So all those
Yeah, it
bragging
wasn't me, it
rights.
was Anna. And Maxwell,
Great job.
Frogman's favorite. Unbelievable.
There you go. There you go.
Great job.
Nice job.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Congrats.
Take care. We'll see you later. Thanks
See you
again.
later. Bye-bye. Thanks again. See you later. Bye-bye. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all for having me.
All
And
right.
thank you.
Good job, everyone. We'll see you later.
Thank you, Mr. Russo.
You're welcome. Great job. Did a
Thank
terrific
you.
job.
Bye.
Congratulations. Thank you, Dan, for all of your hard work and making it all happen. So I appreciate that.
Thank you both. Have a
All right. Thank you, Anna. Congratulations again. Man, you got it all coming together, Anna.
Thank you.
All right. I guess I will end it now. So I guess everybody will disappear. So thanks again. All right. Good night, everybody.
Rockstar, buddy.
No, it's all the background help from you guys, and it's all them that did a great job. So, all right. Take care. All right. We'll see you all later. Good night.